Greetings. This is the Grumpy Old Slan, and today we're going to once again attempt to go through the Star Maze, the Galaxie Reinte, published in Jeux Stratégies back in the 80s. Now, we attempted this maze last week and did not succeed. It's actually quite complicated, but it was a lot of fun, and this time we're hoping to succeed. So again, with me, I have the intellectual quandary himself. How's it going, my friend?
Hello all, greetings Slan. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing well. So I'm just going to go over the rules quickly to refresh uh,
By all
ourselves, and
means.
also in case whoever's watching hasn't seen the previous video. So this is the Star Maze. Um, the opening paragraph does refer to the previous adventure where we were burnt to ashes. The guard has carefully gathered your ashes. These, mixed with the ashes of an extinct sun, allow us to be transported secretly to the laboratory of an ancient sorcerer with strange powers. He carefully takes a parchment from a crumbling grimoire, burns this document whose fine ashes join yours, and following a ceremonial ritual with secret incantations, the old sorcerer sprinkles these ashes in the green flames of a crucible. You are now a powerful creature of flames, capable of moving through space. So the goal of the game is, well, first of all, what I'm going to show you is this is the page showing the map of the galaxy that was published in the magazine. However, what I've done, because a vertical format isn't very suitable for the screen, is rotated it, used letters that were a little bit easier to read, and the same two tables are now at the bottom of the image. I've also, since last time when we were playing, we discovered there were a couple of paths that were actually uh, you couldn't navigate through. So I've darkened those and highlighted the one path from T to Z, which is the only way to get to Z. And I've also highlighted the I, V, and O stars because those turn out to be a dead end that we know we have to avoid going to any one of those three stars.
That's correct.
Okay, so rules of the game. We start in solar system A, called Australia. You must reach the center of the galaxy in order to rule it. We start with 100 points of force divided into two, 10 points of energy, and 90 points of mass. At the end of the game, we must still have our 100 points of force, but we have to increase our energy to 90 and reduce our mass to 10. So last time we did manage to reach the center of the galaxy, but we had, I think it was either 70 energy and 30 mass, or 80 energy and 20
Yeah, it was
mass. We were
80-20.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
if
we
our
missed
total,
something.
yeah, we missed something. Our total force, if our total force is equal to or above 100 and equal to or below 115, we can move along our current orbit. So there are 4 orbits, so we can go along one of those circles. However, the maximum number of times we can visit any given star is 2. If our points of force are equal to 110, we may, if we wish, change orbits to descend towards the center of the galaxy. Again, only if the movement table allows it. If we do this, we will reach our new orbit with 100 points of force, having lost 10 points of mass in the process. We cannot go back up to a higher orbit, so we can only descend towards the center.
So I've just put some comments in chat, just so anyone who isn't here right now can scroll up and just see.
Yeah, good idea. Good idea. Okay. If our points of force goes below 100 or above 115, we are stuck and condemned to stay forever around the star that we've just reached. except in the case of Zark, Zed, our final destination, in which case our spiritual destruction is inevitable.
I just realized as well, last week I was too
Yeah.
focused on the energy levels and stuff like that I forgot to write down the amount of times we got stuck or died.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I think we got stuck or died at least 3 times that I recall. And
Yeah,
then
we
that's
definitely
not
got
counting
stuck
the
at
times when
the...
we found out we were like in an area like the IVO stars where we can't leave that space.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You know, the problem is you cannot go from I to D or from O to N. You can't go from V to anywhere, and you can't go back up. So if you go down to I or O, you can only go between those
That's
two
it,
and
yeah.
down to V. So
And then you're boned.
exactly, then you're kind of stuck there. Okay, so we're at A, our starting point. If we look at the table, we could go down one orbit, or but we can't go down an orbit yet because we
Not
don't
yet.
have 110 points of mass. We can, however, travel to K. In fact, it's our only choice currently.
So let's do it.
So I'm going to move the marker. Ooh, sorry about that. Going to move the marker to K. K is the Kartang system. We may contact the inhabitants of the 4th planet. Do we?
Yes.
Yes. Go to 11. We are incarnated in human form on this planet. A mage offers us a metallic polyhedra. Do we take it or do we move on?
Take it.
Okay, we take it. Go to 83. And so this is like a choose your own adventures for those who aren't. And I have a text file with all the entries. So that's when I'm mentioning a number, that's what it refers to. 83. The composition of this matter grants you 10 points of energy. Go to 30.
Yay!
And 30 sends me to 46. And 46 tells us to calculate our points of force and move on.
Okay,
So
we arrived at K with this 100,
yeah.
10, and 90. So we're now...
Yeah. We have another 10, but before you type it up, we have to decide what we do.
Yeah, yeah.
We can either go down to E, or we can go to C.
So, if I remember correctly, C was the guy who offers us advice not to go to L, right?
Yeah.
But there was something else C offered us, and we didn't take that.
Yeah.
So maybe we should see what that is.
Okay, so let us go to C. And we now have
110 force, 20 energy, 90 mass.
Yeah. And C is the sun Chakas. We may contact the 3rd planet or the 8th, or neither of them.
Well, let's try the 3rd.
Okay, and the 3rd is a native recognizes you as the king of the Firelands. He offers you either a piece of advice or a piece of rare mineral. Do we take the advice or the mineral, or do we refuse?
Let's take the mineral.
Okay, we take the mineral, go to 38. We realize it's neutronium. If we take it, go to 62. If we move on, go to 10.
Well, that sounds bad, but let's see what happens. Well, actually, it sounds kind of neutral.
Yeah. So the neutronium grants us 10 points of energy. Go to 46.
Okay, and then
we have to calculate our points of force and move on. So we're stuck there. We're dead. So we don't want to take the neutronium. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we know the other thing is advice. So what if we contact 8th planet instead?
Okay, the 8th planet. This planet is completely made of strontium. Go to 25.
Oh, that's a real element.
Yeah. This takes, actually, neutronium is a real thing too, because it's neutron stars are made of it. 25. This takes 10 points of mass from you. Go to 10.
If we contact the 8th planet.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what happens then.
Yeah. So we lose 5 points of
Didn't you say 10?
no, 5.
Oh.
This takes 5 points of mass from us.
Okay.
Go
And
to
then what
10.
happens?
So maybe that's what because then we go to 10, which tells us to calculate our points of force and move on.
Right. That's a bit dumb.
Yeah.
So then
Oh,
I
I
said,
see. So
hang
from
on.
C, yeah.
Yeah. So we can not do anything and then possibly go down to R, right?
That's another
But
possibility.
but I remember that not being good, or not as good as going down to E from K.
Yeah. What I'm
Okay.
thinking is because
Go on.
if we lose the 5 points, right?
Mm.
What if we go to M? Like the thing is, if we can get 10 points of something, go back to C, lose another point, 5 points of mass, then go to K and go down to E, if you see what I mean.
But we can't. We can only go back to K once.
Yeah. But we could wait, from C we can go to K or M, or we can go down to R.
But
we
then
don't
if
have
we
the
go
right.
back to K, we can't come back to K after that ever again.
No. So we'd have to go to M. But from M we can't go back to C. That's the problem.
Yeah, M and S are bad. I remember that.
Yeah.
Let's go down to R and see what happens, shall we?
Okay, so let's not go to the
Let's not go to either planet.
yeah, let's not go to either planet, just go down to R.
So that is now 100 force, 20 energy, 80 mass.
Yeah. In R, this is Ramava, a solar system inhabited for a very long time. Go to 36. Nothing happens. Calculate your points of force and move on.
Where can we go?
From R, we can go to U.
So we can't go to E.
No.
I'm
curious if we should go back to...
Wasn't U the planet that just kept taking mass from us until we died? I swear it was.
It might be. I mean, right now, if we go somewhere...
I think U was the one where we lost mass and nothing happened, and L was the one where we lost mass because they kept doing stuff to us.
Yeah. Well, we can try going to U because that's the only place we can go from R. If that's not it, we can backtrack to C, go to K, and go down to E.
Okay, let's see what happens at U.
Yeah. So at U, this is the star Uand. Its spirit asks us a question. Go to 2. Have you met the great golem? If yes, go to 39. If no, go to 68.
Yes, we have.
And we know we've met him in a previous game.
Because he pranked us.
Yeah. He offers an adjunction.
An amazing prank.
Yeah. He offers us an adjunction of matter. If we accept, go to 27. If we refuse, go to 65.
Accept.
We accept. The inoxidium composite gives us 5 points of energy. Go to 65. So we gain 5 points of energy. And then we're offered to go to the 4th planet. If we accept, go to 42. If we refuse, go to 69.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Yeah, the nature of this planet reduces our points of mass by 10, bringing us to, and then
That
we
would
need to calculate our PF and move on, which brings us below 9,
yeah. So we
brings us
would.
down to 95. So we
So
don't want to go to this.
okay. So what happens if we take the offering, but then say don't contact the fourth planet?
Yeah, let's try that. Let me just backtrack here. If we
Oh,
refuse 65.
I'm an idiot. I put 2 death instead of 2 deaths. Ignore me.
Uh-huh. If we refuse, nothing happens. We calculate our points of force and we move on.
Right.
And from U, we can only go to G. And
Okay.
G, I remember, wasn't all that great, though
No.
we can from G go back to U. So there might be a way to go back to U, gain 10 more, 5 more points
And then go down to
from it.
L, but that's bad.
No, but then we can still go back to R
Oh,
and then
can
go
we?
down to P. Yeah, I believe so. Can you bring it? No, it can't. Then we have to go down to L. But
Yeah,
I
that's
think we
bad.
have to
We
go.
can't.
We have to be careful with L because there's something there.
No, that's bad. We can't. We
Shall
can't
we
go
try
that.
to go to G? I mean, we don't have a choice. We can't go anywhere else at the moment
So
because
we're
we
at.
don't have 110 points of force, and we.
So we're at G with 105 force and
Mhm,
25 energy.
yeah, and G is. We feel the presence of the spirit of Gantar. It offers an exchange of energy. Do we accept or refuse?
Okay. Accept.
Accept, go to 28. He gives us 10 points of energy in exchange for 5 points of mass.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we go to 10, which is to calculate our points of force and move on.
So that would bring us to 110.
Yeah.
35 energy and 75 mass.
Yeah. So we could go down to J. J will bring us to either L or H. We have the choice.
No, this is not right
Yeah.
because
I don't know. Maybe.
we're going down too many layers
Yeah.
and we don't have enough energy.
How much energy do we have now?
I
25
swear
energy.
we had 50-50 or 60-50 by the time we got to Q.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
So
think
from
this
G,
is
what we
the
can
wrong way.
do is. Oh, wait. Because right now we have 110. Is that
That's right.
correct?
That's right.
Yeah. And the exchange we just did, it's 5 points of. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. It's 10 points of energy for 5 points of mass.
Yeah. So that leaves us at 110.
Yeah. So what if we go back to L? Can we go to U? G, 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 G. Yes, we can go back to U and then maybe to R and then go down to P. Because what
Oh,
I'm looking at is it. You know what I just realized? There's actually no way to get to A from A to B, and you can't go from E to B, and you can't go from G to B. So B is also one of the off-limit stars, apparently.
huh. You can't get.
Oh no,
That's
E
really weird.
allows you to go to B. E allows you to go to B.
I was gonna
Sorry, I
say, yeah, we
mistook that.
went to B last week, didn't we?
Yeah. You have to go through E. So
Yeah.
U,
Okay, so I
U
think
to
that's what we did,
R.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not going to work this way, I don't think.
Yeah. So what we want to do is go
Because
back.
I think what
Mhm,
happened last week was we went from K to E to B to E to Q, then to
mhm.
P.
Yeah,
If we go to P now, we won't have enough energy.
you're right. You're right. I'm
So
just
shall
trying to
we?
see if what we need to do is somehow spend some mass and gain energy. Um, so if no, we can't do that. That doesn't give us. Yeah, I
No.
think we have to go back to U because it's the only place we can go, unless we go down to J.
But that won't work because it'll send us off on a path and we don't have enough energy.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know what happens there.
Yeah,
We either get sent to L or to O.
yeah.
And we
Okay,
don't have energy
so
to go to O. So
let
I think
us.
we should go back to K.
Okay, so let's rewind. We're back at K, and at K we had 100 force, 10 energy, 90 mass when we entered it. We're so this is the Kartang system. We may contact the inhabitants of the fourth planet.
Okay, yeah.
Ah,
So we
yeah.
contact them. We get the
The mage
what's it
offers
called?
us a metallic polyhedra, which
Polyhedra. That was it.
if
Yep.
we which if we take let me just scroll down to 83. Uh, it grants us 10 points of energy.
Yes, which we want.
Yeah. And then we go to 30, go to 46. Then we calculate our points of force and we can move on. So
Can
we
we
can
go
go
back to A or not?
from K. No, we cannot.
Okay, right. I suggest we go down a level then.
Okay. So
So
we go down a level. We lose 10 points of mass in the process. So now we have 20 energy and 80 mass going to E.
that's right.
E is the star Elvana. We will need to spend 5 points of mass to contact the ninth planet. If we do, go to 59. If we move on to another star, go to 46.
Let's try and contact.
Yeah. Uh, no one is in the area, but you are in a carbonium zone. If we take some, go to 83. If we move on, go to 10.
Let's take some.
Okay. The composition of this matter grants us 10 points of energy. Go to 30.
Okay.
And we know 30 is redirects us to 46, which is calculate our point PF, our points of force, and move on. So now we were granted 10 points of energy. So we're at 30 energy and 80 mass for a total of 110.
No, we spent 5 mass to contact the thing.
You're right. We're spent 5 mass.
So we're
Now we
105.
can, yeah,
So we're calculating and moving on, yeah?
yeah. Now we can go to B or R.
Let's go to B.
Okay. B is Baurg, a star and its 15 planets. You sense a strong spiritual force from the star and may give it 5 points of mass. Do we?
Yes.
Yes, go to 4. Let me just scroll here.
So
The
we
spirit
arrive.
appreciates your the
Sorry.
spirit appreciates your gesture and grants you access to the third planet. Do we accept?
Yes.
Okay, go to 49. The nature of the planet grants us 10 points of energy, but we find no signs of life. Go to 36.
So
Calculate. Yeah,
that's right, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah,
So we arrive at B with 105.
yeah.
And then did we spend 5
We
mass
spend
again?
5 mass.
Right. So that
And
takes us
then
to
we gain
70.
10 energy.
Right. Okay. So now we're at 110.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
And we can we have to calculate our points of force and move on.
So we're at 110 with 40 energy and 70 mass at the moment.
Hmm. And we can go down to H. We can go back to E or go to G. Now we know G is G could bring us to U, which could bring us to R and then down. Does it? No. G brings us to U, which means we can go down to L or J. We can also go down to H.
I think. What if we go back to E,
Hmm.
and then back to B, and then down to H? Actually, wait. Before we do that, can H go to Q?
H can go to, yes, it can go to Q.
Oh, it can. Okay.
And
Yeah. Let's do
yeah,
that then.
yeah.
Okay. So let's
Okay,
go
so let's
back to
go
E.
down. Go back to E.
Yes.
Okay.
So now we
E
arrive at E.
is Elvana. We would need to spend 5 points of mass to contact the 9th planet.
So we do that.
Or we can move on to another star.
No, we
Or-
do that.
We do that? Okay. So we spend 5 points of mass. Go to 59. No one's in the area, but you're in a carbonium zone. We can take some.
Yes, we take some.
Okay, that grants us 10 points of energy. Okay.
Wait, hang on a minute. I think I've miscalculated this. Yeah, I think I have because we're gonna
Oh, but wait, let me
be at
check
120 and then
something.
we'll die.
Because what I'm thinking is, oh, but we can donate the 5 points of mass to B. And I think we don't need to accept going to the planet.
Hmm.
And that way we would be back down to 110 and then we could go down to H and
Yes.
we've gotten
Okay.
rid of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
we
let's
traded
try
5
that.
mass for 10 energy here at
Yeah.
E, and then we go back to B.
Hmm. So going back to B, we now have
So we're at
50
150,
energy and
50, and
65
65.
mass. Yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah.
Good. We then this is a B. Wait, is the marker on B? Yes. We sense a strong spiritual force and we may give it 5 points of mass, which we do.
Yep. So
Yeah.
now we're at 110.
Yeah, the spirit appreciates our gesture, grants us access to the 3rd planet. Do we accept?
No.
No. Go to 33. The spirit does not change its mind. Go to 63. Okay, that's weird. Calculate your points of force and move on. Okay. So that's what we wanted.
So we give it 5 mass. Good.
Yeah.
So
and
now I say we go down to H. Yeah.
yeah, I think I agree.
So that gives us that's 50-50 now.
Yeah, 50-50.
So we're at H with 50-50.
Yeah.
That's when we arrive at H. Good. Okay.
Yeah. H is the star Hydra. We need to expend 5 points of mass to reach the first of its 20 planets. Do we? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Go to 43. The siligonesium that predominates on this planet grants us 10 points of energy. Go to 63. 63 is calculate our points of force and move on.
So that's 105, 60, and 45.
Yeah. And we can go to J or we can go to Q. And I think J was bad.
It wasn't bad. It was just a bit odd.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go to Q.
Okay. Let us go to Q. Q is the spirit of quest, the sun with 28 planets, asks us if we arrive from Elvana. If yes, yes or no. Well, no, we come from Hydra. So 32.
Mm-hmm.
For a 5-point reduction in mass, we can go to the 18th planet, rich in radonium. Do we? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Uh, go to 83. The composition of this matter grants us 10 points of energy. Go to 30,
Wait, did I miss something
which
here?
is
So we arrived at H
calculate. Yeah.
with 100. What happened at H?
At H, we had to expend 5 points of mass to reach the first planet,
Which we
and
did.
that granted us 10 points of energy.
Right. Okay. So then we arrived at Q
At
with
Q,
105.
uh,
Right. Okay.
yeah, with 60 energy and 45 mass.
Right. Okay. So then we spent another 5 mass.
At Q, yeah, we spent another 5 mass,
And
but
got another
gained
10
10
energy.
of energy.
So that
So,
puts us at 110. Okay.
yeah.
And then it said
And now we
calculate and move on.
can, yeah, calculate and move on. From Q, we may reach P. We could go back to H, but I'm not sure that's useful. Or we could go down to D, but I think that might be a bit early because
We're at
we're still,
70-40, so we're getting close.
yeah,
So if we went down, we'd be on 70-30.
yeah, but we're not going to be
Hmm.
able to gain 20 energy and 10 mass on the last orbit, I don't think. Because I think that was our mistake last time, remember?
Hang on a second. Can we not go back to H and then back to Q and then go down?
Um,
No. We'd be on too much force then.
we'd be on too much force. I'm thinking we
Um.
need to go to P.
Okay. Let's go to P and see what happens.
Yeah, okay. Let us move to P. Just confirm. Yes, we can go. It is the Pega-Eisen system. We must expend 5 points of mass to reach the first planet. Do we?
Yes.
Yes, go to 21. The planet has nothing to offer. Go to 46.
Oh, great.
Calculate and move on. So we've lost 5 points of mass.
So we don't want to do that.
Well, maybe we do, because now, if we were to go back to Q, we could spend another 5 of mass, but gain 10 energy, which would bring us to 110, and then go down to D.
Oh, we'd still be at 110, wouldn't we? Ah, that's
Yeah.
true, you know. Okay, so we're at P. We lose 5
Yeah.
mass. We go back to Q.
Yeah. And at Q,
So we're at 105,
it's
70, 35.
yeah. So it asks us if we come from Elvana, which we don't, because we come from Pega Eisen.
That's right.
So now we don't, therefore 32. For 5 points of mass, we can go down to the 18th planet rich in radonium.
Which we
So
do.
we spend 5 mass. And the radonium 83. The composition of this matter grants us 10 points of energy. So that brings us
So
to 80
110,
energy.
80, 30.
Yeah. And
And
that means we can go down to D.
calculate and move on. So now we're at D with
Yeah.
100 force, 80 energy, and 20 mass.
Yeah.
So
And
I believe if we can get to T and not lose anything, we should be able to go to Z and win.
yeah, well, what we need to do is gain 10 energy
No.
somewhere on
We
the way.
gain that when we get to Z.
No, because going to Z will lose us
Oh no, we
10
just lose
points
the
of
mass, don't we?
mass.
Yeah. Sorry, we
So
still
we
need the
need to
10 energy.
get 90. We right now we're at 100 anyway. We need to get another 10 of energy to get 110 so we can go down. So what
Yes,
does
you're
D
right.
say?
Go on.
D is the system demorg. We may spend 5 points of mass to contact a planet. Do we? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. The spirit of the star will only grant us access to 2 planets, the 6th or the 8th.
Let's try 6th first.
Okay, 47. This planet is dead. Go to 75.
Great.
75 leads us to 63. Calculate your points of force and move on, which means now we're at
We just lost
15
5
mass.
mass for
Yeah,
no reason.
that's the, yeah. So I think let's try going to the 8th planet
Yeah.
instead.
Let's try that.
Go to 34. You are on Fliss, the planet of winds. If your points of energy are less than 75, go to 24. Otherwise, go to 63.
They're not.
They're not. So we go to 63. 63 is calculate our points of force and move on. So we might be able to do the trade at T for the energy and the mass. I think it is.
Should we try it?
Yeah, let's try it.
So where are we right now? Are we still at?
We're at D. We're still at D.
So we haven't
we
gone
haven't-
anywhere yet. We're just.
We've not done. Let's see. If we decide to not go to any of the planets, go to 31. Just I want to make sure if we refuse. Yeah, 31 is calculate our points of force and move on. So we get to T with essentially the same thing. 80 energy, 20 mass, because we didn't spend anything or lose anything.
So we need to gain energy from somewhere.
Mm-hmm. T. T is Tenereb. We must expend 5 points of mass to contact the inhabitants of the first planet. Do we? Go to 22. If not, go to 71. The problem with spending the 5 points of mass is that
then we'll be on too low.
We'll be too low. So what if we say no?
Yeah, say no.
Go to 71. 71 brings us to 29. I know why they bring... Oh. The enosium radiation from the star drains us of 10 points of energy. Go to 17.
Oh.
Ugh. That was the sucky. Calculate our points of force and move on. Ugh.
Oh dear.
So what we do is we need to have 5 more points of mass when we go down to this orbit, I think.
But that won't work because then we'll be on 115.
Yeah.
Unless we somehow...
Unless we expend the 5 points of mass. See what happens.
Yeah, go on.
Let's try. If we do go to 22. In a city, we contact we may contact a resident. Yes or no?
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we contact them, but then we don't speak to them or something.
The being cannot stand our presence. Go to 36. Oh, yeah. If we go to 36, it is nothing happens. Calculate your points of force and move on. Yeah. I think we spend too much mass on the higher orbit.
Yeah.
Maybe we can gain mass at N. I don't know. Let me see what N does. No, N is a dead star. Nothing happens. Calculate your points of force and move on.
God damn it.
Okay, so I think the trick might be the first time we got to Q.
Right. So we went
We
from
might need.
B. Sorry, hang on. I'm just catching up. Where the
Yeah,
heck did we go? So we rewound to K. We went down to E. We went to B. We went to E. We went to B. Then we went to H.
yeah.
Then we
Then we
went to
went to
Q.
Q, where we had. Oh, I found it. 105 force, 60 energy, 45 mass.
Yep, that's what I've seen. Yep.
Okay. And Q was yes. It asks us if we arrived from Malvana, which we didn't. And for a 5 point mass point reduction, we can go to the 18th planet rich in radonium, which grants us 10 energy.
Yes.
Okay.
So
we
we
do
just
that.
need to do that once, I think.
Yeah. So maybe what we need to do is, instead of going back to H, is to go to P. P might give us a way to reduce our mass by another 5.
Yeah, so we arrived at Q and then we went to
Yeah.
P. So we gained 10 energy and lost 5 mass, right?
Yeah. At Q.
So
So arriving at P
is 110, 70, 40.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
P gives us we must expend 5 points of mass to reach the first planet. Do we?
Yes.
Okay. So the planet has nothing to offer. Calculate your points of force and move on.
So,
So
but now we're
essentially
at
now we're
105.
we're at 105. Yeah. What we might need to do is go to L. I know L was tricky, but it might be the solution.
Okay. Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. So arriving in L, we have 70 energy and 35 mass. The
Oh,
star
shit.
Ludenia. Is everything okay?
Sorry. Yeah, nearly knocked my coffee over, but it survived.
Oof. Okay. That's good. And so did the computer.
Yes. So L 105, 70, 35. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Got that.
The star Ludenia. Do we attempt to contact the inhabitants of one of its planet? If yes, go to 5. If no, go to 29.
Yes.
An
We should.
inhabitant of the first planet will give us either advice or an object. If we take the advice, go to 84. If we take the object, go to 40. If we refuse both, go to 56.
Refuse both because I'm pretty sure the object
Yeah.
drains us of energy.
He goes away, calculates your point of force, and move on.
So did we spend 5 mass there?
No, we didn't spend anything to contact the planet.
Okay.
So now
right.
if we go back to P, back to Q, down to D, we might be able to... Yes, I think that's what we need to do.
Back to P, don't interact. Back to Q.
Yeah, so P, let's just play through it just to make sure. We must expend 5 points of mass to reach the first planet. If we do, we're offered the polyhedra, which we can take, and
Where
which
is
will
this?
give us 10. This is at P.
Okay.
So if we spend the 5 points of mass, we go, yeah. Oh yeah. So at P, we must expend 5 points of mass to reach the first planet. If we do, go to 21. The planet has nothing to offer and move on. So now we're down to 70, 30, 100. But I think at Q we can regain the 10 energy. And
No, because we have to spend the 5 mass to do it. So we shouldn't spend the 5 mass at P and spend it at Q
okay,
instead.
so we don't.
So we
And we
arrive at
calculate our
P.
points of force and move on.
Yeah,
So yeah,
so
we
we
do
arrive at
nothing
P with
at P.
105, and then we arrive
Yeah,
at Q with 105.
yeah. The problem
Yep.
is that we need to have we can't have like a 30 mass when we go down. We need to have 25 mass when we go down. We somehow need to get rid of 10 mass.
The thing is, we can't get rid of the mass at P because then we won't have 110 to go down a level.
Yeah. So I'm thinking an L. What happened at L again? It was the advice or the object. Maybe we need to take the object.
The object drains us of energy, which is not what we want.
Does it?
I'm pretty sure it does, yeah.
Okay.
By all means, check. But
yeah, you're right. The object drains us of energy.
which is the opposite of what we want.
Yeah, exactly.
Those guys.
Or wait.
What?
When we got to we were at 105. Because if it drains us of energy, we die. We're stuck there.
Yeah.
It doesn't give us any mass. Oh yeah. Okay. Wait. Sorry, because if we go to L and we do nothing, we're drained of 10 energy.
Yeah, just by doing nothing.
If we go to 5, we take the object, go to 40, we are yeah, okay. Yeah, so if you're at L, what you need to do is offer to take the object. Notice it is biozonium or whatever they called it. Refuse it, and then you can move on unharmed. But that doesn't really, and then
But
you
it
can
doesn't
go
change
back
anything.
to P. Yeah.
Yep.
What did H do? Oh,
I can't remember.
could it
was Hydra.
Because we went to B and then down to H. But could it be that we should have gone to ER, then go down to P, Q, H, Q, and then down to D? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you want to try starting back at B? I think we need to spend some mass.
Yeah, let's try that. Let's see what
second
happens.
orbit. Okay, so let's scroll back up for B. Okay. Okay, so the first time we got to B, we had we went from B, E to B, back to E, then back to B. So I think instead of going back to B the second time, we need to go to R.
Okay,
so that means we would be at E with 110 points of force, 40 energy, 70 mass.
So we're back at E, 110, 40, 70. There you go.
Yeah. And we arrive at R with the same.
Wait, hang on. No, I need to delete that because I forgot to put rewind.
Okay.
Rewind, E, and then we move straight on to R, you said?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh. R is the solar system inhabited for a very long time, where nothing happens and we get to move on.
Mm-hmm.
So now I think what we need to do is go down to P, expending 10 points of mass.
Okay.
And at P, so we arrive at P with 100, 40, 60.
60. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
And now we expend 5 points of mass to reach the first planet,
Yep.
which has nothing to offer. And unfortunately, that brings us below 100.
Oh, so it's not that then.
So that's not what we need to do. But we can also refuse to do it.
Yeah, let's
and
try
then
that.
what happens is, yeah, then we get to move on and we can go to Q.
Okay, so we go to Q from this side. Right, that's interesting.
Yeah, maybe. I'm thinking.
Because, okay, hang on. And
Yeah.
then if we go down to D, it'll ask us, wait, hang on. Was it D or T that was the planet that said if your energy is less than 75?
It was D.
D, yeah. Okay, we need that at
Yeah.
20 energy, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so
need
we arrived
to,
at Q with
with
still
40,
40,
60.
60. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Q 40, 60. There you go.
Yeah. We're asked if we come from Elvana, which we don't. So for a 5-point mass, for a 5-point reduction in mass, we can go to the 18th planet rich in radonium,
Which do.
if we do, will grant us 10 energy.
Yes, it will.
Mm-hmm. So that brings us to 50, 55. No, sorry.
No, that's
50,
right.
55.
That's right.
Yeah, 50, 55 for a total of 105. So we're still okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can go to H.
Right. So we arrive at H with, where's it gone? There it is. So 105, 50, and 55.
Yeah. And at H,
No,
we
not
need to
P, you
expend.
plonker. H. There we go.
Okay. At H, we need to expend 5 points of mass to reach the first of the 20 planets. And we do go to 43.
So that's another 5 points of mass.
Yeah. And we're granted 10 points of energy.
Excellent.
And we can calculate our points of force and move on.
Okay, so we're at 110.
Okay. And now I think we go to.
So we're at 110, 60, 50.
Yeah.
So then we go to
Q.
Pardon me. Q. So we arrive back at Q with 110.
Yeah.
60,
Yeah.
50.
Yeah. It asks us if we arrive from Elvana.
Yep.
Sorry.
Which we don't.
Go to 32. It offers us to reduce our mass to give us more. Which we can say no to.
Yeah.
And calculate our points of force and move on. We're at 110, so we can go down to D.
Yep.
Okay. So we go down to D. So now we're at 60, 40.
That's correct.
We can spend 5 points of mass to contact the planet. if we do go to 15, the spirit only grants us access to 2 planets, the 6th or the 8th. The 6th, the planet was dead, and then we had to move on, which we don't want. And the 8th, let's go to 34. Oh yeah, it's Fliss. And if our points of energy are less than 75, which they currently are, go to 24.
Yes.
And this takes 10 points of mass from us.
So wait, we spent 5 mass to contact the planet,
Yeah.
and then it took another 10 from us.
Yeah, and then that just kills us.
Well, no, because we get 20 energy for it, don't we?
Wait, let me see. Did I lose 31? No, it says calculate your PF and move on.
Oh, well, that will kill us then.
That'll kill us. So
Well, it's
let
clearly
me
not
double
that.
check to make sure I read this right. So yeah, 24 is it takes 10 points of mass from us, go to 10. 10 is calculate your PF and move on. So no, we don't want to do that.
What the bloody hell?
This is really hard. This is really hard.
It's so fun, but it's so difficult.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely like, have we not tried everything by this point?
I'm just scrolling back in the chat to see. KC.
I mean, this is bordering on outrageously difficult, or at least convoluted.
Yeah. You know what I think it might be? So we were in B, we went down to H, went
We
to
did.
Q, then to P, and then back to Q.
Was that a no-no?
I'm thinking either we need to go from P to L, back to P, back to Q, or, before going down.
At this point, I guess we should just try whatever we can think of, right?
Yeah. Okay. So let me just go through the chat. So we were at B, went down to H, went to Q, went to P. So if we rewind to the P, we had 110, 70 energy, and 40 mass.
Right. So 110, 70, 40. So
and we're at P.
Rewind. There we go.
And then we go to L. Okay.
Let's try it.
Yeah. L is Ludinia. We can attempt to contact its planets.
Mm-hmm.
The inhabitant of the first planet will give us either advice or an object. We can take the object, which is the biozonium, and will remove 10 points of energy. But that's okay, because then we go back to P, and I think at P we can trade in 5 mass for 10 energy. And then if we do the same at Q, we'll be back to 110, having dropped some mass in the process before going down to D. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
I think, I'm not sure, but I think that might be what we need to do.
We would lose energy as well, but we'd get that energy back, and we just end up losing a net 10 mass, wouldn't we?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we can afford to lose 10 energy because we're at 110. Okay, so we go to L. which is the star Ludinia. We attempt to contact one of its planets. The inhabitant offers us advice or an object. If we take the object, we notice it's Biozonium. What a name. We still take it
awesome.
anyway.
That's the next Resident Evil virus.
Yeah. It matters remove 10 points of energy from us. We have to calculate our PF and move on. And we go back to P. So now we're back in P.
So we didn't lose any mass from contacting them.
No. But now we're at 60 energy, 40 mass.
So that was at L that we lost the 10 energy. So now we're back at P with 100, 60, 40, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Oh.
And now we have to... What?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah. Now we have to expend 5 points of mass to reach the first planet. And we do. Oh, no, we don't want to spend those 5 points of mass.
No, we don't, because we'll die.
The planet has nothing to offer. So now we calculate our PF and move on. And we move on to Q. Does that work? It asks us if we come from Elvana. We say no. Go to 32. Now for 5 mass reduction, we can go to the 18 planets rich in radonium, which will grant us 10 energy.
Yeah.
And that brings us to... Oh, fuck. That brings us to 105. That doesn't work. What if we lie? What if we say we came from Elvana? I don't know.
I don't know. What happens if we say that?
Yeah, okay, let's go. It asks if we arrive from Elvana. If yes, go to 53. The star's neighbor owed it a debt. It was just awaiting your arrival. Go to 82.
Okay.
He takes 10 points of energy. Go to 46.
And we're dead.
And we're dead.
Good thing we didn't come from Elvana, eh?
Yeah. Oh. 10 points of energy. Oh, wait. What if we...
What?
But maybe...
I'm glad you're as confused by this as I am.
Yeah, I mean, this is really...
As we say in England, blagging my head.
Yeah. Oh my god. Because I think part of the problem is, we might have had to get rid of mass on the outermost orbit. See.
But the problem is, we can't go to M or S because then we can't get back to anywhere else and we're stuck.
You're right. Unless we, from M, go down to U. No, because then we can only go to G.
Yeah, and then we can't go back
from G back to U.
Exactly. This is really like irritating in a way because we're like, oh yeah, what if we just do this? But we can only go one way from there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all just, what if we just, but that? Or what if we just, but that?
Yeah, I know.
Where's the control bot when you need it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm looking, because when we started, we went from A to K and then to C.
We need Saxius here for the flow chart.
Yeah. And And now, so it's C. We could contact the third planet or the eighth planet,
Yeah,
or
so
neither.
we contacted the third planet and they give
Yeah.
us the advice.
They give us the. Well, actually, that's. Shall we attempt to go back to C and see what happens? Because at this
Okay,
point, I think, yeah, we're not getting anywhere on the innermost orbit. So if we arrived at C, let's go way back in the chat. We had 110 force, 20 energy, 90 mass.
that's right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we contact the third planet, go to 18. They recognize us as the king of fire, offer us advice or a mineral.
Um,
We realize the mineral is neutronium,
pardon me.
and if we take it, it grants us 10 points of energy, which
Which
leaves us
kills us.
stuck there. So if now instead we contact the eighth planet,
Isn't that nothing happens?
the planet is completely made of strontium. Go to 25. This takes 5 points of mass from us. Go to 10. This might be the 5 points of mass we need to get rid of.
Okay, yeah, I see that, but then it will leave us on an odd number and we won't be able to go down a layer.
Yeah, but I think we can. Couldn't we
The
gain something at
the
K?
problem is it seems to only ever give us energy in increments of 10.
Yes.
Maybe there was one place I can remember that took 5 energy away from us, but I can't remember where. In fact, let me scroll up through here, because if there's ever a 5 next to energy, then I know that's probably where we need to go.
Yeah.
Oh, there. So
Where?
G, so from U to G, we get +5 energy.
From U to G.
Yeah, so if you go all the way back up to where it says U, near where it says 2 deaths,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and then we go to G, and it gives us 5 energy, just a singular 5.
Yeah.
And I think that,
Yeah.
in
But
combination
then we
with
need to
losing
get
5
rid of
mass,
5 energy so that we can be at 90.
yeah. So what basically we gain 5 energy and lose 5 mass, and that still makes us on an even number then.
Yeah, for going down, but somewhere along the line we'll need again to gain 5 energy so that we end up with an even number amount of energy when we get to Z, is what I'm
That
saying.
Yes, actually, you make a very good point. Yeah, you're right.
So I'm trying to see. So if we lose the 5 mass at C, what happens if we get to K? I forgot what happened exactly. We contact the fourth planet at 11. Oh, yeah, and that's when they offer us the metallic polyhedra, which grants us 10, which would bring us to 115.
I mean, one thing I will give it credit for is it definitely does give you the feeling of being a traveler through space.
Oh, yes, it does. Ah,
Like you're going between different stars and exchanging things with them, and you're
yeah,
basically just like a space nomad.
yeah.
Like one of them desert traders, but in space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh heck.
You know what? Okay, I've What I'm thinking is we do this thing at we don't do this thing at C.
Yes.
Okay. We
I think it's fair to say we've ruled out at least some of the stars.
yeah. Yeah. So one thing, because I'm sort of looking at the text,
Yeah.
if we go down to U, when he asks us if we've met the great golem, and we say no, okay,
Mm-hmm.
go to 68,
Then
then
they
we're
won't.
immediately granted 10 points of energy.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
What, instead of an exchange of energy?
yeah. But
Wait,
if we,
what?
like if we go from M to U, right, we're down
Uh-huh.
to 100, we gain 10
Uh-huh.
energy points, then we can go down to L, and we know L, if we avoid interacting, we can we can go by without losing or gaining anything.
But then we're still on such low energy that we won't be able to exchange enough by the time we get to the center.
No, but I think because we're approaching P, Q, and H from the other direction, rather than having gone down to H, we can go L, P, Q, H, Q, and then down to D. And that might bring us to the right amount of stuff.
Hmm. Mm. Mm. Sorry, I had a mouthful of coffee. Yes, I see now. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay. So
if we arrive at C,
with
if we
20 and
do
90.
yeah, if we do nothing at C, so we're staying at what we were, we
Yep.
can go to M, hopefully not interact there.
So arriving at M.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, that's what it is.
So
hold on a sec. I just want to check.
yeah, no worries.
So C will.
So we rewound to C with 110, 20, 90. Yep.
Yeah. Because if I look at M, 63. Yeah. So, yeah. From there,
Yep.
doing nothing, we stay at 110.
And
Then
we
we
can
go to M.
Yep. So
M
we
is the
move on.
Mosh system. It only has a single planet. We must reduce our mass by 5 points of mass.
We
From
must.
C, can we go back to K? Oh, wait. If we go back to K, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
right? If we go back to K from C,
Uh-huh.
we contact the fourth planet like last time.
Mm-hmm. Lose another 5 mass, get another 10 energy.
Yeah.
So wait, we've
Wait.
lost. No, that's
no,
right.
we don't need to spend we don't need to spend to gain 10, but we need to. Yes, that's what we do. So at C, we have to contact the third planet, whichever one gives us. Let me find which one makes us lose the 5 points of mass. This is really complex.
It is
38, 38.
very appropriate for a space adventure, though.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever said space exploration was simple, eh?
Yes, that's it. We go to the 8th planet. We lose 5 points of mass at C, bringing us to 105. Okay.
Okay.
We go back to K.
Wait, so sorry. So C105, and we lost 5 mass. We go back to K.
Yeah. And from K, like arriving at K, we have 20 energy and 85 mass.
Hang on a second. So we arrived at C with 1, 10, 20, and 90. We lost 5.
Yeah. So
That's
we're at
correct.
2085. Arriving at K, we have 2085.
And then, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yep.
So from K, we go back to C. And this time, we do not contact any of the planets and just move on to M. Okay.
So we went back to
Because
K to
yeah,
trade the
and
mass for the energy.
at K, we don't trade. We only get 10 energy. So we're at 3085 for a total of 115.
Oh, okay. Okay, so then we
It's not a
arrive back at
trade.
C with 115.
Exactly, with
Right. 30
2085.
85.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then what we do is the whole, we don't interact with the planets. We just move on to M.
So
M
then,
is the sun Mosh. It only has a single planet. We must reduce our mass by 5 points of mass. So
so we
that
arrive
brings us down to
110.
3085, and then we can go
No.
down to U.
Yeah. So it brings us down to 3080.
Yeah. And then we can go down to U. Okay. And that, so we arrive at U with 3070 because we lost 10 points of mass. Okay.
Hello.
So now we're at U.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm
Family
here.
using the microwave.
Yeah. Okay. So so now we're at U. We have 30 energy and 70 mass.
Yep, just written it.
Okay. And if we tell it, it asks us a question. It asks us if we've met the great golem. If we say no, we are granted 10 energy.
Just like that. Okay.
Just like that. We're also offered to go to the fourth planet, which we could refuse to do. Okay. And I think if we refuse, yeah, nothing happens, but we could go straight down to L. Or we could visit the planet and see what happens.
Hello.
The thing
I think I'm
is,
back.
from you. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so sorry, I missed
Yeah.
probably about 20 seconds. So we arrive at you with
Okay.
130-70, and then what
Yeah.
happens? So
We're
he just
granted
gives us 10
10
extra
points
energy.
of energy. Yeah.
So now we're at 110
Yeah,
with
we're at 4070.
Yeah, got
And
that.
then I think we go down to L directly.
So we can go straight down from here. Okay, let's try
Yeah.
that. So that takes us to L with 40 and 60.
Yeah.
Hang on. Sorry. There we go.
Okay. And L is Ludinia. We can attempt to contact the inhabitants of one of its planets. And if we do, they offer us either advice or an object. If we
So
take the object,
we
what?
know we don't want to take the object because it'll just drain us.
Was it? Oh, yeah. So then we refuse both. Was it we refuse both?
Yeah, if we refuse both,
Yeah.
they don't take anything
Yeah,
from
he
us.
goes away. We calculate our points of force and we move on. And then we can just travel to either
P?
J. Does J allow? Yeah, J allows us to go back to L,
Yes.
and we can go to P.
Hmm. The problem is we can't go to J because that will take us to O, and then we're stuck.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay,
we
so
really
let's
want
go
to
to
go to
P.
P. In fact,
So
actually,
P is
wait.
the
Sorry, can we go
what?
back to L from J?
Let me double check. Yes, we can.
Okay. Let's see what's at J at least, and then we'll know.
Okay, so at J,
I definitely remember it's a something that asks us a question if we came from H.
yeah, the spirit of the sun Jasper contacts us. Go to 19. Let me just scroll. This reduces your energy by 5. Go to 35.
Sure.
He asks if you come from Hantar, if we say yes or no. Well, we don't.
Wait, Hantar? Wasn't it called
Yeah,
Hydra?
H. Yeah, that's weird. That's very
That's really
strange.
weird.
Let me double check, because...
I just noticed that when you
Oh,
said it.
no,
I'm like,
sorry. It's Gantar. That was a typo on my part. Sorry. I'm sorry. It is Hydra. So, but we don't come from G.
oh, so all that time last week, okay.
Maybe,
That makes
maybe.
more
I'm not sure.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Goddamn G and H on the keyboard being next to each other, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we say no, because we
Yes.
don't.
Yeah, we say no.
He takes 5 points of mass, another 5 points of mass, and then we have to calculate our energy and move on, but that brings us to 90. So
Yeah,
maybe
so
we
we're
need to
dead.
say no. Maybe we need to say yes.
What, to that we came from G,
Yeah.
but we didn't. Okay, but I guess let's see what happens if we do. I'm sure it's something nice though.
It reduces our energy by 5, go to 35.
Oh.
Then he okay, wait. He contacts us 19. Okay, just him contacting us reduces our energy by 5. Then we go to 35. Then he asks us if we come from G. If we say yes, go to 60. We have to move on and we're stuck. If
Yeah.
we say no, hold on, I need to scroll to find the thing.
All good.
30. Go to 9. No, if we say no, go to 9. He takes 5 points of mass. Okay, so we're screwed no matter what happens with J.
Yeah.
We lose like 5 points of
Yeah, so
him
we lose
contacting
either
us
5 or
loses
10.
us 5 of
We're dead.
energy, and then he makes us lose another 5 points.
So either way, we're
So
dead.
we don't want to go to J unless we have
Let's
an
not
excess of what?
Yeah, let's not go to J.
Yeah,
So let's go from L to P then.
yeah.
So we arrive
P
at P
is
with 100,
Pega Eisen.
60.
We we must expend 5 points of mass to reach the first planet, which has nothing to offer. So we don't want to do that just right now because we're at 100.
Right.
If we don't, we calculate our force points and we move on. So we can go to Q.
So hang on. So we went to P with 100 force, 40, 60. We moved on, and then we arrive at Q with the same.
Yeah.
There you go.
It asks us if we come from Elvana, and we say no, and that's 32. For a 5 point reduction in mass, we can go to the 18th planet rich in radonium. If we do, we gain 10 points of energy for 5 points of mass.
Okay.
And then we move on.
So that takes us to 50, 55.
Yeah.
So then we go, what happens if we go to B?
We can't go to B because we're one orbit below.
I was
Let's
misreading.
go to H. I think we need to go to H.
So H, and that's 105, 50, and 55.
Yeah. And we need to expend 5 points of mass to reach the first of its 20 planets.
Okay.
If we do, the siliganesium that predominates on the planet grants us 10 points of energy.
Okay.
Which brings us to
110.
110.
Yeah, so 60, 50. 60 energy, 50 mass.
60, 50. Yeah. And then we move on. Let me double check to make sure that that's correct. Yeah. Calculate your force and move on. We go back to Q.
Yeah. So now we arrive at Q with 110, 60, 50.
Yeah. And
now let me just scroll back up and see if that's exactly where we were at earlier. So 160, 40. 160, 50. Yeah, we were already at Q with 160, 50 before.
Huh. Okay, let's...
So we went a different way, but did the same thing, effectively.
Yeah. But wait, I see 60, 40, not 60, 50.
Yeah, that was a different path. If you go further up, there was a 60, 50 as well.
Okay, you're right.
So whatever we did on the 60, 40 one...
But no, we so when I see it now.
Yeah.
So when we were at 60, 40 before,
down from E.
we went down to D, and we can't do that. So what I'm thinking is we do, because we know we lose 5 points at P, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we at Quest, he asks us if we're from Elvana, we say no. We go to 32. And then for 5 mass points, we can go to the 18th planet, which will give us 10 energy, and that brings us to 115. Mm-hmm. Then we go to P, we lose 5, we can go down to T.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see it. Let's try that.
Okay. So now at Q, it asks us if we come from Elvana. We didn't. For 5 points of mass, we can go to the 18th planet. This grants us 10 points of energy. And then we have to move on. So now we would be at 70 energy and 45 mass.
Yep, that's right. Yep, I think I'm following.
Then we go to P.
And then we lose the 5 mass.
We must expend 5 points of mass to reach the first planet. We do.
Yep.
However,
we
it has
do.
nothing to
Yeah.
offer and we have to move on. So now we're
Sure.
at 45 mass, 60 energy, 45 mass. Is that
No,
correct?
no, no.
No.
We spent another 5, so 60
Oh,
40.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, 60, 40.
Yep, yep.
No. We
No, no.
gained
Sorry, a
no,
70 40.
yeah, 70, 40. And now we can go down to T, and that
70
brings us 70,
30.
30.
Okay, so we're at. I'll just write this down. So we're at T with 170 30. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we
Oops.
must expend 5 points of mass to contact the first planet. If we do,
Okay, that's been updated.
okay. Um, so if we do, go to 22. If we if we spend the 5 points of mass,
Yes.
um, we're in a city, we may contact a resident. If we do or don't we?
I think we do, but then we ignore them.
Yeah. 73. The being cannot stand our presence. 36. I think we don't because that's move on.
No. If we move on, we lose something. If we contact them
No,
and
because right now, if we contact them, they can't stand our presence. Nothing happens. Calculate your points of force and move on, except
yeah.
that we spent 5 points of mass, so we're stuck. But if
Oh,
we instead,
oh,
um,
that's right. Yeah, you're right.
if we instead don't contact the residents, go to 57. We find a rock made of radioactive selenate. We can take it or move on.
And I'm pretty sure that drains our energy as well.
Let's see. If we
Actually,
take it, where's go to 23. It takes 5 points of energy from us.
oh,
And
5.
yeah, and
Huh.
go to 17. Calculate your PF. And so basically, we need to do nothing when we first get here.
Yes.
And then just go to D, I think. And D, we have to spend 5 points of mass to contact the planet. If we do, it grants us access to one of 2 planets, the 6th or the 8th. The 6th is dead and we just have to move on.
And the
The
8th one is
8th
asks us about the energy
is the flist where it asks us about our energy being less than 75, which it is
at the moment. It is.
at the moment. So then we go to 24, and this takes 10 points of mass from us.
And
And
we're
then
dead.
we have to move on, and we're dead. Can we from T go to N?
Oh man, I
Yes.
wish I could just
Oh,
look up
wait,
the
we can't
solution.
go to D from T. That was a mistake.
Oh, we can't.
No, you cannot. Sorry.
Oh,
I assumed we could, but you can't.
oopsie doodles.
Yeah.
That's
If
all
we go
right.
to N, but we can go to N, and from N we can go back to T. So if we go to N, it's a dead star, go to 17, move on. Okay, so we're screwed. This is really complicated.
It's not. I'm glad it's not just me.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, am I just too tired from my day at work or something?
Yeah.
Did you?
I mean, we've been at it for almost 2 hours now, an hour and a half solid.
Did you check
What
the next issue to see if there was any things that
Yeah,
needed fixing?
let me double check again, but I don't recall there being a problem with it.
The
Let
problem
me
with
just quickly.
these is like I can't just look online to see like if anyone else has done
No,
it because no one else has done it.
I
It's
know
just
that's.
you.
Let me
So to be
see.
fair, you've got yourself a niche here, mate.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
I might just email Fassier and be like, "Pourquoi?"
let me see. Page 94. Okay. I have to check the following issue. Sorry.
Oh, the one after that.
Yeah. Because with the previous game, they made a mistake, and then they said that screws things up down further down. So they
Hey, fair play to them for admitting it, though,
page
right?
96. Yeah, hopefully this will. 96. Okay. Okay, they just go straight into the solution of it, so clearly there's no
Right. So, how about we'll follow the solution along only as far as we're actually correct? How about that?
Yeah, okay, let's do that. So I will tell you what I will read it out. Sorry, I have too many windows, I can't see everything.
It's okay.
So let me find this. Okay, so we start at A, and I'm gonna trust you to track where we're at in relationship to this with 10 points of energy and 90 points of mass. We go to K.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move to K.
And we do the thing.
Where we accept the 10 points of energy, giving us 2090. We change orbits right away.
Oh,
Going
really?
to E. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So we have done that.
We have tried that. I know that.
We have tried that. Yeah.
So
that's
now at
2080.
yeah, we change up.
Sorry. We're at
where we have
E 2080. Yep.
Yeah, we're 2080. You leave 5 points of mass to gain 10 points of energy.
Right. So 3075,
which we've done.
which we did as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you go to B. Let me move us. Which we did last time.
Which we did.
Yeah.
And that
where you give 5 points of mass
and gain 10 energy.
No, it just says where you give 5 points of mass, bring you to 3070.
Okay,
the
so
third
B
planet will give you 10 points of energy. You're right. You gain 10 energy.
For B
giving us 4070. Then we go down to H, which we did last time.
What did we do wrong here? Because we went to B, but we had a completely different energy.
Yeah.
Right, so we're at B 4070, right? And then we go down to H.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
H 4060.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
We leave 5 mass and gain 10 energy, giving us 50-55.
Okay, so H 50-55. Oh, well, still
Yeah.
technically haven't moved yet, but 50-55.
Yeah. And then we go to Q, where we arrive with 50-55.
So Q 50-55, yeah.
Yeah. We don't come from Elvana. We give him 5 points of mass to gain 10 points of energy. So now we're at
Okay.
60-50.
See? Q 60-50, so we were right.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we have to. So we were right. What did we do after that?
So we went down to D, I believe. Let me
So
just
that's
scroll
not
up.
what we have to do.
So
That is not
hang
what
on.
we have to do.
Q, where is it? No, that's not the one. That's not the one. There, no, that's not the one. Where the fuck is it? What the heck? I swear I saw a Q6050.
That is so strange.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. So we went, yeah, so we're at Q110, 6050, and we went down to D. Is that not what we're supposed to do?
Well, wait. No, from Q, they want us to go back to H. But there's something they say in the solution that I find very odd, and I'm going to ask you for a minute to double check the original here because
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to
I'm
check. 6050, we went down to D. We didn't go. Oh, I see. So what happened was we had 40-60 and then we went to H. What we needed is 60-50 and then go to H.
yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm
So
still looking for.
is it fair then for us to say rewind Q 60-50?
Yeah. Well, hold on. I think it's fair, but let me, like I said, double check the original file. I'm just scrolling to find the maze in
Because
question.
we have literal proof that we've already hit that exact figure of 60-50
Yeah.
when we landed at Q. So we're not technically cheating.
No, we're not, but
And technically is the best kind of thing.
yeah, for sure, especially the game. Where is here's the file. Yeah. So in the original, they do say, as I put in my translation, that the last step of the trip in Zark, you have to have 90 energy, 10 mass.
When you land there, yeah.
And yeah.
So that means when you get to the one above, you have to have 90-20.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Now, what happens is, and I'm going to finish reading the solution. You'll see why. If hello, oh crap! I closed the I closed the file by mistake.
Oh
Because
dear.
of course I did. Let me reopen it.
As we say in England, you silly Billy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So once we're at Q, you go back to H, where you just go through and change orbit towards I, leaving you 60-40. You refuse all contact and go to O, giving you
Okay.
10 points of mass. So now you're, or you give 10 points of mass,
So
giving
that's
you
one.
60, 90.
Okay.
To its question, uh, either you have not done the previous two mazes and he'll give you 20 points of energy, or you
Mhm.
can answer him and you end up getting 20 points of energy. It's either way, it's the same. So now you're at 80, 30. And then he goes, all that's left to do is to go to V, um, give him the 10 points of mass, and he will. How did it go? V. I will read from my translation. Let me see.
Sure.
V was, yeah, the dying sun asked us for 10 points of mass, and we did that. And we'd agreed. And it says, touched by your generosity, he gives it back. Go to 31. And at 31,
Yes.
it was calculate your PF and move on. Now, the thing that's really the problem is that I cannot change orbit from V according to the first table and the second table. And I reproduce this, and I'm going to zoom in now because it just said V or Z goes to, it was a bullet. So does this mean, I interpret it as you can't change orbits from here. But that's where the solution seems to end. Let me see, 96.
So what they're saying is that you should be able to go from V to Z.
Yeah.
But if that's the case,
But then
I
it's,
can't remember where
like
we got up.
they literally end with you get to V. They don't go any further.
But that's so dumb.
Yeah, I know. So
Did they
unless it's
just forget the
considered
last few
this,
letters of the alphabet or something?
I don't know. Yeah, that's annoying. So I think there's a problem there because we got to V and we did that.
You should write to Fassier, be like, I know it's been 40 odd years, but for the love of
It's been
God.
yeah, it was published in 83. So yeah, I know it's
Oh,
been
wow.
41
41
years, but
years.
okay, so yeah, I
So let's
think
go through with it. So just so we've
yeah,
actually completed it.
yeah. So
So
from Q,
we're at Q with 60/50.
yeah, we go back to H. H gives us yeah, we do not expend, we move on to another star and we go down to I.
So that is I 100 60/40.
Yeah. It's a double star with a
Yeah.
single planet. Do you attempt to contact its inhabitants? Yes. Go to
Mm-hmm.
44. Oh, yeah, we're on the
Mm-hmm.
southern hemisphere of the planet. The eternally lit face has no male inhabitants. Go to 14. These beings who live in a
Wow.
world with no night invite us in their dwelling. If we accept, go to 66. And
No men and
we,
no darkness. What a horrible world that
yeah,
must be.
yeah.
The men, not so much,
Uh,
but living in perpetual daylight would, oh, that would stress me
oh,
out.
yeah, yeah. The pentahedric shape of the room concentrates your energy and grants you 10 points of energy. Go to 77. Uh,
Okay, so that's 110 70/40,
yeah,
I believe. Yeah.
yeah. 70, 40. Now we can stay or move on. I think
I
they
remember
said
that.
to move
Yeah.
on. Yeah. Uh, if we stayed, nothing happened, then we had to calculate and move on. if we decide to move on, we just calculate and move on. Okay, so either
Right, so
way, now
either way,
we
just
move
move on.
on.
Yep.
Yeah. We go to O. O is the spirit of the star Om Nor Tau contacts us. Go to 79. He asks for 10 points of mass to help us. If we accept, go to 61. If we refuse, go to 31. Now, they said we refuse. So we go to 31, where we calculate our force points, which is what at this point? I lost track.
110, 70, 40.
Yeah. So then we go down to V.
So we're at 170, 30.
Yeah.
And we're
At
at
V,
V.
he asks us for 10 points of mass. If we agree,
He's touched and
go
gives
to
it back.
80. And he's touched and gives it back. Go to 31. And 31 is calculate your force points and move on. But we can't go anywhere from V, which is why we thought this was a dead end. So either that bullet is a typo, and it should be we can go to N, or or we can go down to Z. It's one of the two.
It is definitely some sort of typo or misprint,
Yeah.
or just a miscalculation on their part.
Yeah, maybe. Though they were really good though about when they made a mistake to.
Do you know what? I really
point
want
it
to make
out.
my own one of these now.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'd do a better job of making sure it all makes sense. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the challenge level is just tremendous. So it's hard to track. I think this one has a problem, unfortunately.
Oh,
That's a bit disappointing. So right now we're how much mass do we have and how much energy?
so we're at 170, 30.
Yeah. Because somehow that doesn't work. Because even if we were to go down from V to Z, we couldn't, because we're not at 110 unless it's regular travel, and then we don't have 90-10. So there's
Yeah,
something weird going on, unfortunately.
this is a bit odd, isn't it?
Yeah. And what happens if I look at the following issue, where people clamored for your solution doesn't work?
Yeah, let's see.
I don't know. It's worth checking out. Okay. Let's see. Page
I think what's
102.
I think what's even more annoying about this is that we did do a lot of it actually right.
Yeah. No, there's no mention.
Maybe there's no one complaining about it because no one could even understand it to begin with.
Yeah. There's a note about apparently somebody who won some prize going, you forgot to put a return address on your envelope or your letter. Can you please contact us? Okay, so other than that, no, I do not find any notes about.
Relics from a bygone age, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
I've still got a lot of my gaming magazines from when I was a kid. You know,
Oh
like the
yeah.
PlayStation official magazine and stuff, and
Oh
just
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
humor just oozes out of the pages, and they just
You
can't
should
do them like that
actually
anymore.
you should actually do videos of just flipping through them, you know, looking at the ads, looking at what was, you know, people were looking forward to that we now know you know, became a flop, or the other way around, that people sort of dismissed but became a cult classic, you know?
It's not a bad idea, you know, mate. It's not a bad idea. The
Yeah.
problem is, I don't have all of the demo discs that go with them, and that
Yeah,
would
but
be a
that's
big
fine.
talking
That would
point.
be awesome. That would be awesome. Uh,
That
but
would
no,
be
I
a
think
big
you should still
talking
flip
point. I
through
could
them.
be
It would
like,
still be
"Oh,
fun.
this is demo disc
Yeah,
50, where I don't
yeah,
know, X and Y came out, and these were
yeah.
really, you know,
Hmm.
groundbreaking, and people were looking forward to them."
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that'd be fun.
No, no. I think you should do flip throughs, those magazines. It would be different content, you know?
The
Because
problem is I don't have a camera set up for my YouTube at the
yeah.
moment. Um,
Oh yeah. Well, I'll be honest, like some of the videos I've done where you see me flipping through books, that was done with my phone.
oh, right.
You know, so you record on your phone, you don't stream it, right? I tried streaming on my phone, it just doesn't want to work. It doesn't have enough
Yeah, fair.
throughput. But so what I did is I sort of I was working next to a bookcase that I have, and I sort of put a piece of wood that was sticking out that I tied. You know, I put some heavy books so it would counterbalance, and I would like just with an elastic tie my phone to the stick of wood, and then just press, you know, record video, and then I would flip the book in front of. If you look at my flip
Oh, like a
through,
sort of homemade selfie stick.
yeah, yeah, a homemade self. I'm too cheap to buy one, so you know, if I'm
Nice.
gonna spend money on a proper camera stand, I'm gonna first buy. I mean, it's I plan to buy one. I just haven't had a chance to yet. Um,
Yeah, fair, fair.
but it's to get an actual streaming cam happening, so I can stream stuff. Uh, you know, because right now we do the art books from PDF files that I've found online, but
That's
I've got
right.
a whole pile of them. No, I have the real, like the books we flip through. I have the real physical books. It's just
Yeah, yeah,
I
I know,
don't
yeah.
have the webcam to. So as soon as I get a webcam, I'm hoping to flip through books like that, which I think will be kind of more fun in a way because it's easier to go back and forth than
Oh, I
on a
agree.
PDF. And if I can get myself a webcam with decent resolution and some light that's decent, then it should work. You know, we should be able to see the images well enough to for the stream to be worth it. You know, but no, I think you should try and record a video. Just play around and see if you can, because I think that would be interesting because you don't see gaming channels do that kind of stuff.
It's definitely something I will consider. Yeah, no, thanks for the idea.
Hmm. So anyway, there are more mazes coming. We will work on them. Um, Next week would be my regular streaming week, and I think I'm just gonna do a flip through an art book again. Um,
Right.
in part because it's less prep, and I do have to get ready for Claricon, which is in 2 weeks. Um, I'm hoping to have the Monday after Claricon off, so maybe we can do an early stream. Though it might just be me rambling about the convention and stuff like that. I'm not sure yet.
Hey, no
Because I don't,
complaints from me, mate. No complaints from me.
I'm not sure if I'll be able to have another one of these translated and ready to go uh, in 2 weeks
Talk,
with
talk
everything
as
else that's
much
happening.
crap about John as you can while he's not there.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll just talk about what happened and how, you know, and what enduring twice 6 hours in the car with Bear is like.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It should be
No,
fun.
no, I'm not.
Um,
I'm not even being sarcastic. It will be fun, but it's a long
mhm.
journey regardless. I mean, if I drove for 6 hours, I'd be in the water. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. It's yeah. I mean, I say 6 hours because it's in the Toronto area and I'm used to budgeting 6 hours. But to be honest, The Dungeon Minister is on the far side of Toronto, so I have to really tack on another hour. Last time it took me a solid 7 hours.
Oh,
In
heck.
part because there's always traffic in the Toronto area. In part because um, it is more distance. It's a significant amount more distance. So,
Yeah,
um,
that's fair.
so we will see how it all goes. Also, now this year, unlike last year, I have a job, and I'm not going to skimp on expenses, which means I'll take the toll highway going through Toronto, which is usually much
Uh,
faster because a lot of people avoid it because they don't want to pay the, I think it's 10 or 20 bucks. I'm not sure how much it is, but whatever it is, it's going to be worth it to pay it to save time and to not sit in traffic, you know?
well, that's the thing, isn't it? You have to weigh up the risks, not the risks, the balance of time and money.
Yeah, exactly. But if you don't have a job, then time is what you're going to spend. If you don't
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a lot of
Let's
money. But if
say
you have the
let's say
money,
you get
then
paid $10 an
mhm,
hour. I don't know what the minimum
yeah,
wage is over there or whatever. Let's say you get paid
uh,
$10 an hour. You pay
yeah,
$20 and you save 2 hours. Well, it
yeah,
breaks even, doesn't it? So
yeah, yeah. But on the other hand, you also have to see like what else can I do in those 2 hours, right?
yeah, yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, so you got to
we'll
weigh up
see.
the options, obviously.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that con. It was a lot of fun
Yeah.
last year, and there's a lot of fun people coming again, and for the first time this year. So it'll be fun.
Well, unfortunately, I've been unable to make it this year because I was unemployed
Hmm.
until recently. But
Yeah,
fingers crossed, next year I will be there.
yeah, that would be fun. That would be great. All
Be
right,
nice to meet all you guys.
I think we're gonna call it on that note, and thank you everyone who's been listening. It's been appreciated. As we bang our head against a maze that apparently can't quite be solved. Um, though, if I do have time, maybe at some point I will see if there's a way to solve it and get to Zed with the right number of energy points and stuff, in which case you will certainly hear from me about it. Um, though it might be a while before I do this. I'm busy with the Clericon stuff, as I
Either
said.
we'll be hearing from you or Faciel will be hearing from your lawyer.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. Thank you very much, Iman, for being here as always. It's always
You're
enjoyable.
welcome.
This one was
Thanks for
actually a
having me
lot
as
of fun,
always.
even though the ending was frustrating. It was a lot of fun.
I agree. Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna make my own one of these, and I promise it will be
yeah.
better.
All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Good night, all.